Okay, we stand here now with platinum producer Zaytoven. He's responsible for some of the hottest songs coming out of Atlanta, and I just want to reintroduce the world to Zaytoven. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, man? I'm pleased to be here. Zaytoven, Xavier Dyson, aka Zaytoven, is here in the building. Well, like a lot of stuff, you know, it veered from the Gucci Mane stuff back from Icy, you know what I mean, back in '05. So they opened up the door for me to work with a lot of guys. Like now, it's an artist out that's called named Big Bang Black that's out in Atlanta. He got the new hot song that's in rotation on the radio.
Did I Try It Out song?
Try it out.
Okay.
Try it out. That's my buddy.
Okay.
The OJ the Juice Man, Make the Trap Say A. The Young Ralph, any song he came out with, I did all his songs. Any radio songs. The Shop Boys, you know what I mean? The Ball Up Through There. Man, I'm starting forgetting. Let me see. The Jagged Edge, Bedroom Doors. Man, there's so many radios. There's so many songs.
So you have an extensive discography.
Oh yeah. And so, every time I get in front of the camera, I forget all the ones that. Gorilla Zoe, Rick Ross. You know what I mean?
Oh, those some big ones now.
Yeah.
You don't forget the big ones.
That's the ones I be forgetting, the big ones.
Too busy counting the money.
Yeah, man.
So tell me again, how did you get started in music?
Musically, man, I got started when I was maybe about 2-3 years old. My parents was in the church all the time, so you know what I mean. I found myself getting involved, so I started playing the drums. We went from the drums to the guitar to the organ and the keyboards. So that's where my musical background comes from. So it wasn't until like maybe '98, like my high school years when I started turning, me playing music into producing, to making tracks. You know what I mean?
So would you play for your high school band or?
I played in a band. We I was in San Francisco, California. We didn't really have no band. All we had was me playing a keyboard and my homeboy playing the drums, and that was just like our band. So,
Well, that's it. You still had a band.
Yeah, ghetto band.
So a ghetto band is a band. But you, so you out of Oakland?
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Okay. Now, have you had anyone from your hometown come out and want to do music with you, since you are actually from that part of town?
Most definitely, man. Right now, they calling me from the Bay, like, man, like you the hottest thing going. So what I mean, I'm still working with all the Bay Area guys, man, like San Quinn, JT the Bigger Figure, Messy Mar, E40, Be Legit, all the guys that when I started making music, like these were the guys that I was hoping and praying they get on my beats and rap. Now it's almost like vice versa. Like now they want stuff from me. They they really want something from me. So I'm most definitely still working with those guys.
Say, working with an artist like Gucci Mane, he has a unique style, and obviously his style is different from other artists you work with. Did you find yourself being placed in a box, so to speak, and trying to get out of that particular style of producing music?
No, not really. I feel like with working with Gucci Mane, it helped groom my style. Like we came up with a sound together. The sound that you hear right now is part of the sound that that we came up with Gucci Mane. So now it's like other artists, when they come work with me, it's not like I'm in a box or nothing like that. It's just different artists bring different things out of it. You know what I mean? Like working with a Gorilla Zoe, he likes singing and a lot of stuff, so it brings out the different musical sides of me. You know what I mean? So like matter of fact, I love when I work with different artists because the box that the box that people put me in, it takes me out that box. People look at me a different way because they're like, man, he did that, or you know what I mean? Like that don't sound like him, but it still got my signature sound.
Right, it's almost like Shorty Red and Young Jeezy, and how he got out the box and working with Snoop.
Yeah, that's like, you know what I mean.
So
exactly.
It almost closes doors, but then it opens doors once people see your range.
Yeah, exactly.
So now, is there any other producers that you've watched coming up in the game? That it's okay to pay homage to them. Is there any particular producer that you've watched in the music industry, maybe it's a producer from Atlanta or New York or California, that you looked up to as far as their style of doing things?
When I first started making beats, I was trying to make my beats sound like DJ Quick. I thought DJ Quick was the greatest thing, you know what I mean? And he is. And I always looked at the credits, like I look at, you know what I mean, what they do, and it showed like all instruments played by DJ Quick and everything done by, you know what I mean? So I had really respected that. With his music, like I couldn't even, when I first started making, you know, when you first start producing, you know what I mean, all you doing is almost imitating what somebody else is doing. You really don't have your own style or your own sound or nothing like that. So the beat I make, it'll be something I'm listening to him and making his beat over. But, you know, it made me proud, like, dang, I could do what he just did. You know what I mean? Then you start breaking off, doing your own thing. But DJ Quick was most definitely, like, the main guy I was listening to.
So at what point in your career did you decide, like, to get out that one style that you adapted to go into other, what was the artist that actually took you to the next level, do you feel, in your career?
Well, actually, it was the whole move from coming from California to Atlanta. Because, see, the music I was making out there, it didn't fly down here. Like, you know, people don't, they're like, man, what is this? We're like, we ain't gonna rap this. We don't, you know what I mean? It was a different style of music. So I had to learn to make something that the people out here would like. You know what I mean? If I'm selling beats, I'm gonna be a producer, and I want people to rap on my stuff, I gotta make something that they want to rap on. So making all that West Coast music down here, it wasn't working. So I had to start listening and changing up my sound to make, you know what I mean, make it work for the South. But I never did just, you know what I mean, fully just cross all the way over just the South music, because I just couldn't do it. Because, you know, just musically I still had some West Coast sound. I mean, that's like if you listen to Icy, it don't sound like a South, you know, a South track. It just sound like some West Coast type sound and stuff almost. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that's what kind of even made my sound, is coming from there, trying to make this work, you know, trying to make the South sound, but not really got it all the way down packed. So it's kind of like a mixture of both.
So I mean, you find that probably a lot people coming from different states to come to Atlanta and do music, because a lot of people migrating here, artists as well as producers. So do you think that there is a sound that is just so prominent in the South that you would have to really, as a producer, really adapt to that sound in order for you to really grow wings and do your own thing from where you originally started from?
That's a tricky one. It's hard to say, man. Because music is so funny right now. It's really hard to say. You know what I mean? Really, really hard to say. All I know is, you know what I mean, as a producer, if you're trying to get your own sound and your own thing, do your own thing. And an artist always helps establish a sound. You know? That's how I feel like. I feel like people ask me how to get in the game and how, you know what I mean, what did I do? All I did was get somebody I like, an artist that I really felt. Didn't nobody else really feel Gucci Mane like I felt him. Like, you know, back when, before he was Gucci Mane, I was like, man, I like just how this dude sound, the way he put his words together. So I took, you know what I mean, I took what I do, my talent, my music, and put it with what he doing. We working together, so it builds a sound. You know what I mean?
How did you feel when you got your first plaque, your first platinum plaque?
Oh man, all this stuff is over at the house. But man, you know, do I got one in here? No, I ain't got it over here.
We're gonna need some pictures.
Yeah, I need some. Yeah. Man, you know, I feel great. Well, more than I felt better than anything is that when I got my first check, because I didn't know how the checks was gonna come. I didn't know that you would get like a $40,000 check at one time. You know what I mean? From what I was told. You know, just off of radio spins. So I was
mechanicals.
Like, man,
your mechanicals.
Yeah, mechanicals. Like, so
right.
It's like, man, I didn't know it was gonna be like this. So that really blew my mind more than anything. I mean, I always wanted the plaque, you know what I mean, and all that. That's always good, you know what I mean. But when
how about those royalty checks?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The royalty checks, that make you like. And see, me, you know, I done had like maybe 4, 5 songs in rotation at once. So that stuff really, that stuff really add up.
You have that many songs right now in rotation.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So and with the royalties, it's like it really don't kick in till like a year later. You know, that money don't come till like a year later. But you know, it's building up. You know, so when you get one of them checks, it's just a beautiful thing.
Have you ever had any controversy surrounding your music that you know that someone came and said, "Oh, I did this beat"?
Oh man, plenty. When I first did Icy, didn't nobody know who I was, so it was a lot of people saying they done it, or people thought somebody else done it. You know what I mean? And it was some people saying that, oh, I did that, or they'll start saying, oh, me and Zaytoven did that. You know what I mean? That type of people I ain't even know.
Right? You may have had a janitor sweeping for you. He heard it. He may have tapped a few times, and he said, "Oh, I did that. I want elements on that."
So that's fun. That's one thing about this music game. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot of that. It's gonna be a lot of people saying, "Man, I made that," or "He copied what I did," and all that.
How do you protect your music now these days? Because you know with the whole internet and transferring music from one computer to another, how do you protect yourself to make sure your copyright won't be infringed upon?
Right now, I used to let a whole lot of music fly out of here. When you trying to get your buzz up and you're trying to get big and doing music, you know what I mean? You let a lot of music fly. Now I don't let nothing leave the studio.